Hey guys, we're going to do another strategy video today, and we are working on just how to read different test questions and use our scratch paper the best that we can to solve them. And so it's kind of all about like knowing how to unlock the problem, read the question, especially on a computer screen or on a tablet screen, and take the math out that's important to figure out and find that final answer. So we're going to do a problem today involving volume, and it's quite a story problem actually. It's a little lengthy. It's one of these ones where I feel like I end up reading it a few times. If I was you for my notes, I would pause the video and copy the whole story down so that you can mark it up a little bit. So that might take you a couple of minutes because it's a longer one, but pause the video and write it down. I'll read it to you too. So here's our question. Johnny uses a wheelbarrow to move planting soil to a delivery truck. The volume of planting soil that fits in the wheelbarrow measures 2 feet by 3 feet by 1.5 feet. The delivery truck measures 11 feet by 8 feet and is 6 feet tall. Johnny puts planting soil in the delivery truck until the truck is 70% full. What is the minimum number of times Johnny needs to use the wheelbarrow until the delivery truck is 70% full? Lots of information in that question. Too much information for me. So I'm going to slow down and write down what's important. I'm going to go sentence by sentence and get that onto my scratch paper. So first sentence, Johnny uses a wheelbarrow to move planting soil. Not that important. I'm going to the next sentence. The volume of planting soil that fits in the wheelbarrow measures 2 feet by 3 feet by 1.5 feet. So I don't know if I can draw a good wheelbarrow, but you know, a wheelbarrow is the thing where you grab by the handles and you push it to load the dirt or whatever. So imagine that the wheelbarrow itself, this thing, has measurements 2 feet by 3 feet by 1.5 feet. I'm going to write that down. 2 feet by 3 feet by 1.5 feet. So if my wheelbarrow, has a little bit of depth to it, I'd have to almost picture it kind of three-dimensional. I don't even know if I can. My 3D drawing skills are kind of weak. But there's my wheelbarrow. It's got a couple handles coming off of it. And you got like little wheels. Okay, no, there's only one wheel, isn't there, at the front? Dang it, it looks like a shopping cart. Oh well, whatever. Doesn't really matter. The picture doesn't matter. What matters is we know the measurements. So it's 2 feet by 3 feet by 1.5 feet. Okay, so that's going to help me in a minute. Let's go to the next sentence. So the delivery truck, oh, there's a big old truck, measures 11 feet by 8 feet by 6 feet. So picture like we've got a big old truck. My wheels on my truck. I'm not going to draw my whole truck, but it's big. And it measures, what did it say, 11 feet by 8 feet and 6 feet tall. So it's 11 feet by 8 feet and it's 6 feet tall. There's my measurements. Okay, so Johnny puts planting soil in the delivery truck until the truck is 70% full. So he's filling up the truck. Here's all the dirt in the truck. He's filling it up, not to the very top, not 100%. He's only going to fill up 70% of the truck. Okay, what is the minimum number of times Johnny needs to use the wheelbarrow until the delivery truck is 70% full? Well, first off, I need to get some volumes. So I know the size of the wheelbarrow, which is small. It's 2 feet by 3 feet by 1.5 feet. And I know the size of the truck. So let's find the volume of the wheelbarrow. Now, volume is always capital base times height. And in this case, our base is probably this 2 by 3 feet right here. So our base is a 2 times 3. And the height is 1.5. So I'm going to be timesing 2 times 3 times 1.5. And hopefully I'm landing in a calculator section where I can use the little calculator tool. And because I don't have that with me right now, I'm going to use my regular calculator. 2 times 3 times 1.5. 2 times 3 times 1.5 is 9. Oh, nice number. Okay, so volume is equal to 9. 9 what? 9 feet cubed, right? So we know that every time Johnny fills his wheelbarrow up, he's putting 9 cubic feet of dirt into the wheelbarrow. So that's one wheelbarrow. Now the truck is way bigger, and we're going to find the volume of the truck also with capital base times height. In this case, the base is probably this like 11 by 8 that you can kind of imagine is the bottom of the truck. So the base is this 11 by 8, and the height of the truck they said was 6 feet. So the volume of the truck is 11 times 8 times 6. And 11 times 8, I know is 88, but let's do it all. 11 times 8 times the height, which is 6. 11 times 8 times 6 is 528. So 528 cubic feet, feet cubed. Okay, so what have we found? Well, we found that every time you fill up the wheelbarrow, it fits 9 feet cubed of dirt, and the truck can hold 528 feet cubed. And we're not going to fill the truck up 100% though. How much are we going to put inside the truck? 70%. So this is where my algebra gets to show up. I've done my geometry, I've found my volumes. Now I know the size of the barrel and I know the size of the truck, but I only want 70% of the truck to fill up. 70% means 70 out of 100, right? Well, our truck total is 528 cubic feet. So how much of that would make 70%? How much out of that? It's got to be a smaller number. So what I'm going to do is put my line down the middle and use my algebra skills because I kind of like this, the way I like to do these ones. So what I'm going to do is get rid of this fraction by multiplying the 528 over to the other side, getting x by itself. I'm going to do 528 times 70. What kind of number am I going to get there? 528 times 70, probably a very big number. Yeah, 36,960. Okay, 36,960, but it's over 100, right? So we get to divide it by 100. So divide that by 100, get that a little smaller. We get it down to 369.6. 369.6 equals x. What does that mean? That means if we're going to fill the truck up only to 70%, then instead of putting all 528 cubic feet of dirt in, we're only putting 369.6 cubic feet of dirt in. So that's how far Johnny's got to fill the truck up. Now he's been pushing his wheelbarrow, and every time he dumps inside the truck, he's dumping in 9 cubic feet. So how many times is he going to have to dump one of these 9 cubic feet to fill up this much? Oh my gosh. So how are we going to figure that out? Well, we could take 396.6 and we could divide it by 9 to figure out how many times he's going to fill that truck up. So let's see, what do we get? 396.6 divided by 9 is a decimal, of course, 44.066666. So about 44. So there's a math typo here. I switched the numbers 9 and 6 around. This is a classic example of where I could easily make a mistake on an online test. But if I fix those numbers to 369.6, I would have got 41.06 repeated, which means we're going to have to round that number up. The minimum of number of times he's going to push that wheelbarrow is going to have to be 42 fills because you can't fill it up 41.066666. It's going to have to round up to 42. So 42 is going to be my actual final answer. So there's a math typo here. I switched the numbers 9 and 6 around. This is a classic example of where I could easily make a mistake on an online test. But if I fix those numbers to 369.6, I would have got 41.06 repeated, which means we're going to have to round that number up. The minimum of number of times he's going to push that wheelbarrow is going to have to be 42 fills because you can't fill it up 41.066666. It's going to have to round up to 42. So 42 is going to be my actual final answer.